We do like, hey guys, hey guys, welcome back to Home Built, and today is road trip day.
Okay, so we're going to take the Datsun out on the road. We're going to take it for a few hundred Ks, bit of a shakedown. Let's hope she makes it, everything crossed.
Fingers crossed, it's all good. It's the first sort of longer run we've done in it. I've checked everything I can check. I hope it all works, so let's get on the road.
Yay.
Okay, so before we head off on our road trip, I've set up a little bit of a sort of safety emergency setup here. I went to Superchip and got a one of their basic, it's a 119 piece toolkit. This will be great for the road trip, so it's got pretty much everything I need. It's not overboard, but it's got a good range from screwdrivers and pliers and sockets and spanners and sort of a bit of everything, which will be good. To that I've added some cable ties and some tape. I've also got a spare belt, which should come in handy, a wheel brace and a trolley jack, some gloves, just some rags, and of course a fire extinguisher. So hopefully we shouldn't need any of this, but I'm taking it just in case. Alright, so we're just about to head off. I just filled up before we leave. Currently my fuel gauge, when it's full, it reads just over half. It was down sitting on the empty mark, and I put, well, Mrs. Jeff actually put 33 litres into it. I know this is a 60 litre tank minus a couple of dents, so that'll give us a bit of an idea on how the fuel level goes. As I said, the gauge is not perfect, but let's get on the road.
And it is $1.72 Australian.
A litre. So, all right, let's roll.
On the road.
Let's roll. Alright, first hour of the trip, and I have noticed that the battery is actually overcharging, so I think the alternator is not actually switching off. You can actually see it's splashed up some acid under the bonnet, which I'm going to have to clean off to make sure it doesn't create an issue, and it does make a bit of a bubbling sound, which is not great, but no choice but to keep going, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, that is 1 hour down. The car is, how'd you find it?
Loud.
It's very loud, particularly at 110 on the freeway. It's loud.
And smelly.
Yeah, the battery I think is overcharging, so that's not a good thing, and we can smell the battery acid, so that's not great.
That never enhances a car journey.
No.
Nobody ever wants to smell battery acid.
And the seals, I know I mentioned the Bailey channel, and I'm pretty sure that's the main thing that I'm just getting buffeted by wind noise at that sort of speed. But we made it an hour,
and the stereo doesn't work.
And my dodgy
But that's
wiring.
okay, because we wouldn't be able to hear it anyway.
Yeah, that's probably true. All right, let's keep moving on. right, that was a very long day. The car, as you can see, is absolutely filthy. We found some dirt roads and
we thought, why not? We're just going all dirt roads the whole way. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was a long trip. We didn't actually go that far, really, but
we've been traveling for hours.
But taking some wrong turns, and yeah, it's a long time in that loud car, and the battery smell is pretty bad.
Kind of a cross between rotting eggs and something decaying, something fleshy.
Yeah, it's not great. So. In any case, we are going to take it easy tonight, and we've got some fun to do tomorrow morning. So, all
right now we're going to go and get a nice strong coffee.
I think a coffee, and then maybe something a bit stronger is even better. All right. Well, it's a very brisk morning, and we've had a good night's sleep, thankfully, and we're back into it now. We haven't actually told you where we are, so I think it's probably best to show you where we are. And yeah, let's get the car.
Alright, let's do it.
Let's see if the car will actually start in the morning. Cold starts is not its thing.
I know how it feels.
That's what it takes to start in the morning. It really doesn't like to start in the cold. It's hard to get enough fuel into it. So anyway, it's got it running. The battery does not sound great, so we might have to get a new battery for it, and I'm going to have to do something about that pretty soon. And some of you might realise where we are now. We're about to drive onto
Mount Panorama.
That's right, it's Bathurst. So this is probably the most famous racetrack in Australia, and many of you may not actually realise it's a public road. So when there's not a race on, as you can see now, we're driving down the starting straight. It's just a regular public road. Now, the only caveat for that is, as it's a public road, it is two-way, so you can actually go backwards around the track as well as forwards, and also it has a speed limit of, I think it's 50 kilometres an hour, so like 30 miles an hour. It's really slow, and
it's very heavily policed.
Very heavily policed, so yeah. Let's just
to remove temptation for those.
No, it's 60 kilometres an hour.
Oh,
so
60.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Now the regular cars around the track do a little bit quicker than that, but today we're just going to take it for a cruise. We've got here. We're here and we're driving the track at Bathurst, and I thought, what better way for a road trip destination than come out to Bathurst and drive around the track. Let's just enjoy the view.
Well, you can even walk the track.
You may also not be aware, there's actually people who live inside the track. It's actually
residential.
Yeah, it's a residential road, and this is
and a vineyard to our left. There's a vineyard inside the track. Mount Panorama Estate Vineyard. Did not know that. So this is the mount.
Yeah, well, we're on our way, still on our way up the hill.
Oh wow!
And it's quite steep.
It's a beautiful track.
Driving it normally, we don't notice all the driveways off to people's houses.
Yeah.
It's quite bizarre.
It's really strange. What do you do when there's a race on? Like, just going out and getting the shopping?
You're stuck. You're definitely much steeper than it appears on camera in when you're actually driving it.
Yeah.
And we're not even at the steepest part yet.
Really? Oh, holy moly.
Coming down off the top of the hill now, down towards steepest part of the track, and plenty of accidents on this corner here.
A lot of paint on the surrounds.
Yeah. And as mentioned, there's the police going around the track now. Heavily policed.
So how long is the track?
That's a good question. I should have done my research before I got in the car. But on this straight, at the moment we are doing about 60 kilometres an hour. The race cars hit almost 300 kilometres an hour down this straight.
Because you do feel really kind of hemmed in, like being in a canyon.
Yeah. Down to the final corner down here to complete our lap of the track. Now, for something a bit different, I think we're going to go around and do it
The other way.
in the opposite direction because we can. Okay, well, quick break. I think we'll drop into Super Cheap. We need to get ourselves another battery so that if this one does die, because it's not doing too great, we've got a spare, it's waiting there, but we'll keep using this one until it's completely dead because I don't want to kill a second battery. I can fix it when we get home, but we just need it to last. Mechanically, everything else is good.
It's just really, really smelly. Like, it's asphyxiating. Being asphyxiated.
It's not that bad, but... All right, let's get a battery. That's what we need. Let's just double check on the battery guide. This should sort us out. All right, final morning. We're heading back now, and the car's actually been working a lot better. The battery seems to be running properly now. The amp meter, before, every time basically I put any revs in at all, it would go off the charts, plus 45. Now it's sitting down around the centre, and the battery still seems to be working properly, and I'm not sure whether it's boiled off enough acid to do it, but it's not overcharging anymore, and the battery still works, so we haven't used the spare, but it's there just in case.
It smells a lot better too.
It smells great. Well, yeah, the battery's not boiling over, so I don't know whether the alternator started kicking in and actually like turning on and off as it should, or...
Anyway, we're just happy with the change.
It's much better.
Especially as we're about to head home.
But touch wood, so far everything is running well, and it's time to get it back on the road, and hopefully the trip home is without incident and we're good. Thought we'd have a nice little stop along the way and have a look at some caves. It's a beautiful little spot.
Yeah, it's really remote, very...
We're in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. We didn't see any other cars coming in. There's a couple down here now, but it was very, very twisty. Saw some kangaroos bouncing. Okay, so this is what you don't want to ever happen on the freeway. We think we've run out of fuel, but we're not sure. The fuel gauge said there was plenty, but
Yeah.
We are like limping into the next service station, which is only about a K away. I don't know if we're going to make it. One of us is going to have to run up and get some fuel, and it's probably going to be Jeff.
At least it's happened not too far from a service station. I'm hoping we can get...
Could be so much worse. We can see the sign and it's like, hang in there, Datsun.
Come on.
Yeah, but we can do it. Almost there. So what do you think's happened, Jeff? Is it just the fuel gauge has been out and we've just run out of fuel?
I don't know. It just feels like we're out of fuel. We're not getting enough fuel in. Like now, I'm backing off the accelerator. I'm getting a little bit of.
Yeah.
Sort of,
We should have plenty. It's really mysterious. We calculated it, and there should be plenty.
even though the fuel gauge reads empty, like every time I filled it up from here, it's only put in about 33 litres and it's a 60 litre tank. So it should, in theory, have enough.
It's quite stressful because there's some really big trucks that are like plummeting past us, and we're on road shoulder, which is, but it's a good thing that Datsun's so small because we can fit on it. Onto the mud.
I think we're done. We're done. I'm gonna have to just walk. Yeah, I can hear the fuel pump is really loud. It's obviously just not getting enough fuel. It's down low.
Okay, away in the distance, you can see Jeff returning with a jerry can. So close.
So close. It's just there. At least it was a short walk. It could have been worse. We're only half an hour away from home as well.
That's
even more.
That's what I mean. We're so close to the end of our journey.
All right, that's what it was. We have fuel. Let's go and fill up the rest of the way, about 500 metres up here to the service station, and then we'll get the rest of the way home. How good is that? So much better. We had to have some drama on this trip. That'd be something that went wrong. And if that's it, I don't want to speak too soon. We're still not there yet, but
yeah, let's just.
All right. And this is how close we were. And with that slight hiccup, we made it.
Yeah. And I just said, you know, that's the worst that happened. And we're so lucky where we broke down.
It was actually not a bad trip. Like it was good getting used to the car. The steering is definitely light on the bumpy winding roads. The big wide tyres sort of follow the grooves and sort of tramline a bit, whereas on the nice flat freeways and nice roads, it's just sits like a dream. Definitely did the job, didn't miss a beat. The battery situation seems to be better and resolved.
Yeah, it seems to have resolved itself, which is great.
As I said, I don't know whether it's just boiled off so much acid now that it's just sort of like at that level, but the battery still cranks hard, and I left the lights on while we stopped somewhere and for sort of half an hour and came back, and the car still started fine and had plenty of battery. So at the moment, I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to put the new battery in. I'm going to sit it aside. I've got it there, but
yeah, look, if it's working fine, then we'll leave it as is until we need to change it, and if we do, then we'll let you know.
Yeah,
hopefully we won't.
But overall, proof of concept, it works. And all right, well, if you enjoyed the road trip videos and you want to see more of us sort of getting out on the road and doing stuff, let us know in the comments.
Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Not much, not big Instagrammers, but we're trying to remember.
I'm trying to get there.
And Patreon.
Yes, Patreon, and watch these videos a day early. All right, guys.
Okay.
See you next time.